gassing this and murdering many of them as they attempt to take their command trench back. Somehow they're still alive, they can go home. We need more troops knocking around here so we can murder more of them. They certainly do not like the gas. These can keep shooting them. If they want to come down this section, then they're going to get murdered.
This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Be sure to click on the link in the description to get this game for cheaper. Greater Wall Western Front is currently available at £21.30 at the time of this recording. Brilliant game and is much cheaper than buying it from there. Make sure you get it. You can have the Victory Edition as well, which is also cheaper than there. The link is in the description. Be sure to press it before jumping on the website. You will be given a Steam key code if you are using Steam, which you can activate really easily. Be sure to check it out. And as always, thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Western Front, where we are murdering many Germans still. They are being very persistent. We are right by the capital. We're trying to find a way to get through, but the enemy are buffed up to all hell with their eliteness and lots of tanks and bombers and everything else that they now have. Trying to find a way through is proving quite difficult. Doing a head-on assault is proving extremely costly, so I've had to pull back just for the time being and try and gather some more supplies again. Because of this, though, the enemy now have decided to have a bit of a dabble at murdering us in our own trenches. But worry not, we are doing quite fine. One thing I am worried about, though, is the amount of tanks that the enemy seem to have. It seems to be growing by the day. And they are using them on their offensives, which is not very nice. I got lucky twice so far. Once we stabbed ourselves in the forest and the enemy couldn't deal with it. The other time, they must have got stuck in the mud or something because they didn't proceed to go forward. And they are still lurking around, so we need to actually do something about it. So we're going to need planes, and lots of them. However, we don't have enough money for that. So we're just going to have to try and predict where the enemy are going to attack. They've attacked in Louisville, so we've had to have a double there. And they've also attacked Hazebrook, so we've got some planes there now as well, which should help against the enemy. And if they're on the attack, then our bombers should target their tanks if they send them forward. So hopefully we'll be alright. Now the enemy certainly have a doom stack around about Voutsers. If they do manage to have a double, then we're going to be in trouble. But we'll just have to see what they end up doing. Not going to lie, this is looking a little bit sketchy in St. Meanhold. They could potentially take it in one hit, which I did miss. Because of that, I'm going to stick some of the elite troops in St. Meanhold. They could potentially take that in one turn, which we cannot allow. I've taken them from Arras. So there's two there. We should be able to, I don't think they're going to attack from here now, but they keep prodding from everywhere, so I've got no idea where they're going to go or what they're going to do. The new current plan is to go through Kaiserslautern, simply because if I get to there, I can then bombard it from one side, which will reduce the enemy's morale because they've been bombed, and then go on an assault from Kaiserslautern, or the other way around, whichever, it doesn't really matter. So we shall see. Now, I do want to get an airfield in Pirmasens. That will give us a little bit more supply, because we're going to be doing a few murders here anyway, so we might as well. We've got 3 air calls each in these. That should be sufficient. I would like more, but money stops us from doing so. And I also want the gas. Now, the gas is proving difficult to get, because I've had to gather things for the repellent of tanks, so I've got the bomber improvements and things. So I honestly do think that gas is going to be the next one to go down the list. Properly anyway. We've already got the chlorine, but I want the good stuff. The mustard gas, that really clears them out. And hopefully our tanks can deal with... our planes can deal with the enemy tanks. Just went and made a cup of tea. You should do that now, and you should also join the Discord, which is in the link in the description. But let's have a dabble. Let's try and murder the people at Kaiserslautern. There are 6 of them. It's currently snowing. Oh, greatly reduced sight range. Well, that's... Immediately put a downer on it. We can't do it. We can't attack there. Reduced sight range will not be able to bombard the enemy. So I'm going to wait another turn and see if the enemy decides to have a gander. Enemy spy near St. Meanhold. Supply stolen? What? As if they need it. Right, okie dokie. They haven't attacked, but they have had a good rejig. They're now all the way around here.
Stand by for...
So they did have a dabble at St. Meanhold and decided that they're going to have a potential go at Charlton. Now, I strongly suspect. See what weapons of mass destruction we can... Yeah, we can go for the Phosgene gas now, but I would like the mustard, so we're going to have to work towards that. We've been working towards this for a while, but we've been delayed and delayed and delayed because the enemy are a nuisance. But now we're going to get there. I'm going to see if I can steal some men from down here. I can hold that with 1 happily. We'll leave the Belgians there, I think. While we... No, actually, I'll move the Belgians down here. Because all this is now held by the British forces. Leaving them with 1. I've got 2 Belgians. Didn't realise quite how thin I did this line, not going to lie. We're going to have to... They're all on 2. We're going to need another man down here. We're going to go for Charlton. That needs protecting. St. Meanhold, they can't take it in 1 turn. So... I mean, we've even got these infantry here. I'm going to take one from Verdun. Stick them in Charlton. Could have a dabble at Chateau Thierry, but the thing is, I don't think they're going to really have a dabble there, simply because they can't take it in 1 turn, whereas here they potentially can, which is a little bit worrying.
Stand by for
Send the elites in there. They can take this in 1 turn, but they've only got 1 blob there for it, so they can't. What else do we have? This is all exceptionally thin. I don't really want to go down to 2 in Ypres, but we may have to. Looking at that, I mean, we may be okay.
Attention!
What do we have
We
here?
have new orders.
Air wings and some other bits. We can go for... Take another one off of here and stick it in there and see what happens. That's going to be the best that we're going to get. We can move these from Arras and stick... Oh no, we'll leave it there. That'll do. That should hold. Hopefully. Mainly depends if they've got tanks, not going to lie. May move our men from Arras plains and stick them down. See, this is the thing. I need planes everywhere because I don't know where they've got tanks. And they continuously like to have a dabble up here. They've not actually had a go at Arras, but we'll move these down to Chateau Thierry and have a dabble at that. We could get some more planes in actually, but we're good to get a bit of cash back. We'll leave them to it, see what happens. The blizzard is still there, so again, we're going to have to wait. So it might be worth actually... Oh no, I forgot. Oh man, I made a crucial mistake. I forgot to attack Kreuzneck. Oh, that's painful. Right, well, we're just going to have to attack and bombard it. I'm not having another one going down. What happens when you stop concentrating? Alright, so here we go. I'm going to bombard them. We've only got 5 corps here, so we can only have 5 heavy infantries and 5 heavy artilleries, unfortunately. So, oh wow, they've moved all of their trenches even more. Their trench formation just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But yes, so we can't actually go for the mass bombardment that I wanted to. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So we can at least just try and murder some of them and then just call it a do once the supplies get that little bit lower. The enemy may have a dabble. No point trying to get a balloon up because the sight range is reduced to 50% simply because of the sight range blizzard. Or should I say the effects of the sight range? No, the effects of the blizzard. There we go. Can't speak today apparently. We'll try and murder some more of these. There's got to be something in here, right? Must be. Probably in this forward one. I've never seen them come out this far with the trench line before, not gonna lie. See about getting this line as well. Because we can. Accuracy seems to be way off actually. They changed the accuracy, is that because of the weather? Because none of them really seem to be hitting where I want them, a bit less precise these days. Throw some over here now because we can. Why not? Just like that blind firing artillery. Surprised the enemy haven't come for a gander yet. Send a few over here because why not? And when we get to around 600 supply left, we'll stop because then we'll stop eating into our global supply. That's all the supply we have really room for, so we'll leave it at that. Must remember to keep bombarding it, otherwise we're going to be in trouble, and all that hard work is going to be for nothing. How many did we even murder? Oh, we got murdered 3,000. I mean, it didn't really cost them anything, but it stops the star from going up. Apparently everybody likes that. Once that is done, we can now actually have a go at Kaiserslautern. Let's murder them. This reckons it'll be a stalemate. Don't think I've had a battle here yet. There is a blizzard, I know, but I've thought we'll try it. I don't know this. The city has origins in 800 BC with the Celts. It served as a hunting lodge for the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick Barbarossa. Almost entirely destroyed by bombing in World War II, unexploded bombs from that time are still being found to this day, so you better watch out when you go over there. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah, we haven't had a battle here because we've got all of the NAF AI placed trenches. Bit of a weird map. I think it's a wide one. Look how extremely in the corner that is. That's not ideal. So I better get rid of all of these NAF ones. Have to do this every single time. I do wish that there was a button just to say, no, I do not want these stupid trenches that you always place. Does my absolute head in. Right, now that's out of the way, I will stick some of my own beautiful trenches in, going for my standard doodah. Done it that many times now, I can do it fairly quickly, and we'll just, oh no, not you, don't want you there. Whiz them down here, get them fairly close to this, something like that, and we can do a bit of this. These are only the basic trenches, not interested in the other ones, bar from the very front. Simply because, really, they don't get hammered that often. So it makes no sense whatsoever to do the other ones. And then we've got this. Will this work in the same way? Yes, it will. Excellent. Get some more comms trenches in. We like it when that section is connected, because we can reinforce everything from everywhere. Get these running down, nice. And then lately I've been liking to do a bit of this. Yeah, I'll keep that there as well. This seems to stop the enemy from being a complete pain, and just in case we go on the defensive at some point, this may come in handy. Yes, they could potentially run down here, but I'm hoping we can stop that from happening. But we'll do the same, well, similar if we can, down here as well. Something like that. Not too sure what these are going to be doing, but we'll leave them to it anyway. And we'll do the same over here, just in case the enemy get giddy, which they often seem to do. Now, this is a offensive operation, so we're going to need to have some artillery. That's pretty good coverage. What about the lights? That's not too bad. So we can have a forward trench up this way, which is usually what ends up happening in our playthroughs. something like that. See what happens. This is roughly the middle. We try and get some light artillery floating around here. Like so. We're only going to go for 2. And then the rest are going to be heavies. Something like that. If we can make it symmetrical, it would be easier. My own mental state. And then at some point we can stick a observation balloon in. Is what we do need, but no point using that today, simply because it won't do anything with this blizzard running around. Do with a comms trench running down here, something like that. Just to see what happens. I do want to know if this will still be able to be placed here. Kind of. That will do. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need more heavy artillery. So we're going to go for more. Stick another one there and another one there. That is probably around 8. So we can stick even more in. Go for one of them. That'll do me nicely. That's 10 heavies. 2 lights. And then we can have some men running around here. Oh, that is a thought. I require some men down here, actually. We can get rid of that and do that on a funny angle on this. I seem to like having things on a funny angle. Pleases me greatly. And we can have some MGs running around here. In case the enemy get giddy. And this will free up our men. Because we don't have enough of them as it is. That will do nicely. I don't know if that's going to be enough. But it might be enough. You never know. We'll stick a few more in. We will stick a few more in, just to be safe. Do not want to be caught off guard, which has happened before. Fill it for what it is. There we go. So this is now going to be nice and safe from the enemies running at it with scouting missions. And we're going to have troops, and we're going to go for the usual envelopment that we have recently developed. Of running up to them. Now we've only got Frenchmen, so we have no raiders. This is going to be a little bit tricky. It's right in that corner. And X is... well, we'll just have to see what trenches they put up there. So we could actually... oh, something I've just thought about. You know, we often get blapped by the enemy artillery. We can separate these a little bit. I mean, we do what? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 anyway. We can get them running up in this formation. That way they won't all get blapped on a double stack. They might be a little slower getting in, but we could potentially do some overlapping rolling barrages and see what happens. It's going to be a new experiment. See how this goes. So let's get ready. I hope you've still got that cup of tea. I'm currently drinking mine. Lovely. Just watched half the village be destroyed. I don't know if we caught that on the recording or not, but half of it's now gone. But regardless, we can now have a dabble. We're gonna. They've got so many trenches here. They only had 4 calls here. What's that about? I was hoping this would be an easier run. We do have. Let's try and find a weakness. Grabbing this and then going straight forward. Maybe they can blap us from there though. See, oh, they're connected there. And then we could potentially run into there that way. If you run at some of these and the really deep ones, it's a little bit more difficult. Whereas if you're running at them from, say, here and grab this, it will be significantly easier. But they've got more depth here. Depth is the answer to a good defense. We've got quite a bit of it here. We could potentially try and run along here, but we're going to have to get in and then suppress and then go across and then do the same again, because a lot of this is disconnected. Now, if we can get down this section of trench, that would be wonderful, but again, it's disconnected. So really, we're going to be looking at where the enemy can reinforce from. Now, if we were to take Y first, they will probably be running along this line. Oh, I've got a good plan. Right, if I take this section The enemy are probably going to try and reinforce and run across here. Or even down here. I want this bit of trench. If I can grab this bit of trench, I should be able to shoot everybody coming in. So this might work, it might not. I'm going to try and take this trench first. And then run across into this one, if that's even possible. And see what happens. Now, I don't know where the enemy artillery is going to be. Probably around here. They may even have a couple forward. So that may be a nuisance, but we have planes which could deal with it. I forgot about that. Nice. How are we going to do that then? There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 bits of trench there. If I double stack them, they're just going to get blapped. But we can rush and get into there. And then do another lap in. And then try murdering them. That may be the way forward. They will try and reinforce from here. So we need to try, actually, and stop them from reinforcing from X. If we can stop them from reinforcing from X, we should be good. Because they'll just run across and probably try and grab some of this, which we don't want. Whereas they shouldn't do that if they can reinforce from here. So if we go here, grab this, or at least stop them from reinforcing from it, have our men stationed here, they'll reinforce from the other areas, get into this trench, and we should be able to shoot them. And if we can contest this, they will only be able to reinforce from here, which should be even better. So that is a potential plan. How we go about doing it is another matter entirely. I think we'll launch like normal from here up to X, and we'll have these 6 troops trying to go and grab this. We're going to have 3 here because the enemy may get giddy. So we'll get these troops into a position floating around here. Something like that in a formation. Get them running. We do want to weaken this as well, so we can start bombarding a load of this. All of this is now going to be under a major attack. We can get some bombers in already. Try and deal with some MGs. We'll send another one over here. Another over here. See what happens with that. Our bombers are on the way. Oh, I've done it again. I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I'm such an absolute idiot. I did this last time. Bombing run. Honestly, just wasted half the Air Force there. We'll just get 2 in. These men are now on their way. We've got this to help defend this. Hopefully that will be enough. We can go for another bombardment shortly, so we'll get these men going forward. Like so. Got loads of planes in the air now, and half of them are doing nothing. Quite irritating. Better get some more bombers in. Try and bomb this area quite badly if we can. Oh, here we go. The enemy are having a gander, not where I expected. Well, that's a little bit annoying. So let's get these in here if we can. This is why we have the machine guns here. Now we had 6 of these, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Go for 6, something like that. Hopefully I did that correctly. In they come, so they are all going to get murdered to some degree. However, the machine guns are going to be doing magnificent work. They are even bombing us, so that's not great. We can send some of these home. They are sending more over. This is why we need to constantly have protection going. Now we need to actually get a new troop in there. Now we can think about what's going on here. So we do have some advantage actually, simply because they can't see us on the approach. So we can start murdering them straight away. I think we started bombarding this section, so we'll start bombarding this section now. Like so. I don't think they have a balloon.
Équipe prête.
Otherwise we would see it.
Préparez-vous, soldats. Tirez avec toute l'artillerie. À recevoir les
Bombard
annonces.
some of that.
Feu.
And if the enemy have more things in there, then we
Attention.
can try and deal with it that
On doit
way.
tenir cette position.
Oh, no, don't do
On y
that.
va.
Don't do that.
On doit y aller.
That's better. So this way, they shouldn't all get blapped if the enemy come at us. Our bombers are doing things. What those things are, I don't quite know, but they are doing things. They have machine guns, we can't quite see them. They have plenty of troops here. They've got mortars now, that is not great. We need to get the rolling barrage forward now. Possibly a little bit late on that. We have spare artilleries ready, so that's always good. Bombard that mortar straight away. Our other... Oh, that will reach. Oh, no, it won't. That won't reach, so we're going to have to put up with that. We can send these in straight away.
Préparez-vous à tirer. Attendez les ordres. Mettez-vous
Do
en
the same
position.
with
Tenez-vous
these.
prêts. Préparez-vous sur
And
la
then
ligne.
we've got these
Attention.
4 back here as well, which we can
Allez,
just
on
keep
accélère.
moving forwards. Let's get this on the go. Hopefully they don't get stuck. They're about to
On a de nouveaux
fall. Yeah, let's send them
Tout le monde,
home.
retraite.
That machine gun is being an absolute nuisance. The artillery is doing some good work here. Hopefully we can actually deal with some of this, what's going on. The enemy are now sending reinforcements over. These troops are now
On a
all
de nouveaux ordres.
stopped, so we can send these
Attendez
in
les
here
ordres. En
for the
position
moment.
Tenez-vous prêts.
I can't actually see the trench network. I think we have to go over the top again, but there doesn't appear to be
Attention.
anybody over there, so we'll get somebody over there. They are sending
On a de nouveaux ordres.
artillery in.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
We can move them
En
around.
marche.
Go there, please.
Attendez
You
les
can
ordres.
go
On
there.
avance. Tenez-vous prêts. On y va.
Dodge that
Attention.
artillery the best you can. We'll have these troops going up here to get into that bit of trench. We still can't. Oh, that MG is gone. That's good.
Attendez
We
les
do
ordres.
need to get in this trench. They're just going to get battered regardless, so we may need just to replace them. We need to get over here. That's it. Get in there,
On a de
lads.
nouveaux ordres. En position de tir. On a de nouveaux
Well, you
ordres.
get in
Préparez-vous à
there.
tirer.
They are done, but we are now taking this bit of trench. Excellent. We are actually in. They are done. And now we can proceed to keep going down this way. If that can happen, great
On a
stuff.
de nouveaux ordres. Préparez-vous sur la ligne. On a
Spread
de
these
nouveaux ordres.
troops out as
Sur la
best
ligne.
we can
Attendez les ordres. En position de tir.
and start moving that way. Now, once that's done, we need to think about moving forward up here again to do the other side of the plan. We can bombard some of this. Hopefully. Wait for that one to be done. Could even go for the full elimination on this and just run straight in there. I think I might actually do that. Go for a double black. Where have you gone? There you are. Double black. All the way along this front. Like so. They should now be going and we can start getting these troops in.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Get these in. Oh, we can't actually do it until we get there, so we'll
Attention.
spread them out
On a de
slightly.
nouveaux ordres.
Like so. So they're more resistant
Le
to
commandement
enemy
veut cette
artillery.
position.
Send them going forwards first. Give them a minute. Keep having a gander over here. We did lose a couple, but we want to be able to reinforce them here if we can. Now, they've stopped being able to reinforce them here. But we can now actually start getting a couple of more troops in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, so we lost 3. So let's get
Renfort au rapport. Renfort
3
prêt.
sent straight in here.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Get all of these shuffled round. This would appear to be the safer option right now.
Attention, préparez-vous sur la ligne.
So let's
On a
get
de
them
nouveaux ordres.
running around that way. These troops are now having their time of their lives, running across no man's land.
Attendez les ordres.
Get these running forwards as well. They should clear this. Now I need to make sure I don't forget about them. And get more bombing runs in, because there's probably going to be something floating around here.
Chargez les munitions contre les armes fixes.
Don't know where the enemy artillery is, but we can have a dabble at trying to blow that up. They clearly don't have any aircraft of their own right now. So we've got this now.
Tenez-vous
Let's
prêts. En position de tir.
see about trying to get down
Attention.
here. We want to save our light artillery for when we can actually get over there. These shouldn't be able to murder these, so we can potentially just run over here. If there was troops there, we'd know about it by now. We could even have a dabble going this way. Send them all over here if we can. Right, so they do have artillery. Let's get them out of there. They're sending more troops down there as well. So this is looking a little bit dangerous now. Let's get a rolling barrage in, because there's probably going to be something here. And we can't actually send them in to that bit of trench yet. It won't let us, but we can get troops in here continuously. Continuously now, which is good. Keep running these two around and hopefully we can do something about it. They do have troops here. Let's get these lads in. All of them. We do have more artillery, which we can fire off now, so we better help our lads out a little bit. We can keep those three going, but we can try and black these. Not you, that one. We're only going to enter these bits, so these should eliminate those. And then we've got troops over here, which we can start eliminating as well. These ones that haven't fired, we'll get these going. Like that. Get these men running over. Our reinforcements from this direction are having a gander. We are getting in here. They do have troops in there. They are shooting us. We're going to lose you. They are reinforcing this area now as well. We have taken that bit of trench. We do have the new gas at our disposal. That's something that we need to consider. These guys may try and get giddy. We also don't want to expose ourselves too much to the enemy artillery. So I'll just leave that there for a moment. We could do with some fresh troops in this bit of trench. Really, but we only lost one, so we can try and get another one in, because we do need to cross this. It would be good if we could merge these, but we can't. Might even need to send some of them home, or all of them even. Get some fresh buddies in. Yeah, we'll do that at half strength. I need them at full strength to be able to get across. We'll get them home. Could do really with you just staying in that bit of trench for the time being. There we go. Let's get a few more in. Try and get it in the shortest route as possible. Like that. They should get there. And we've got these now we need to deal with. This is the main focus. They can't reinforce them here, so that is good. We can hold this as best as we can. They only have 2 routes of reinforcement, so we could potentially start gassing some of this, but we can't really see what's going on. But they're clearly trying to use this bit. If I gas this bit now, we're not probably going to get anywhere with it. So it may be time to start having a... Yeah, we just need to progress and grab this bit. Then we should be good. We also need to make sure that we don't run out of too much of time now. They've done a double stack of units there, so we can happily murder all them. If they want to do that, fine by me. Not sure what our bombers are doing, but the enemy don't seem to be using too much artillery anymore. We are still bombing things. We can keep going on with that, really. I mean, that would be nice. Why not? We can have a couple over here even. We've got the bombers. We might as well use them. We are now taking X, so we'll be able to reinforce from here. The enemy are still shooting us with their artillery, so they must still have some active. But it does appear to be a reduced amount. So we'll send them home and get these guys over here. I would like it if we can properly infiltrate the enemy's defences here. Running along here would be fantastic. Or even... No, we can't get down there. Oh, we can get down there. That might be an idea as well. Might be easier running down than trying to take it this way. At least keep them distracted. We just need more troops, really. It might be a good idea just to keep pushing from this direction for the time being. They are going to try and take this back. Hopefully they don't get it back in time. We need these troops in here immediately. And we have murdered them. Nice! Excellent news. Let's coordinate this a little bit better. Get all these in skirmish formation. And spread around here. Like that. We've got an extra man we can stick right in the middle. Now there are units in here. We saw them shooting at us earlier. Hopefully they won't be able to murder us too much. We could just have a bit of a bombard and weaken them slightly. Like so. It should suppress them as well. Stop them from murdering us. I'm 90% confident that there are troops in here. Suppress these so they stop shooting us. And so on. So they are trying to take this back. Over here they are also having a gander. But we can keep pushing down this lane now. You can just get in there and help your buddies. That would be fantastic. Our bombers are doing wonderful work at murdering everybody. Now we just need to. We can keep going while we have the opportunity to. Got some troops out of the trench here. They need to get into the trench. We can keep going down here. That will be absolutely wonderful. I just want really to be able to see what is down here more than anything, rather than necessarily seeing what is actually going on. Get these troops further down. Come on, lads. Don't dilly-dally. Get down there. You get across. That's it. Now we could even have some of these going this way. Just have a basic blob here. Double blob so we can start murdering them. We'd have plenty of artillery ready to go again, so we might as well utilise it. There were units down there, and they have more units on the way down this way. We can start murdering some of these. Lovely. Let's keep that going. You stay there. You get in that section. Get all these troops running around. This will give us vision as well, which is wonderful. These are probably going to be the backup units. We can maneuver our troops up there when we have the opportunity to. We did lose that little engagement. That doesn't really matter. We'll just bombard it a little bit more. Keep running down here. Now we are going to be running out of time soon if we aren't careful. So we do need to make sure that we actually properly start clearing this out. I want to do this quite methodically. If the enemy, controlling this, if the enemy come towards us, they're not going to be having a good time with it. So we might as well attempt it. Like so. So we can just keep filtering units more and more forward. Keep 2 units there just for a rear guard, or we can even just get them all running down here bar from 1. That might be more cost effective. They are now actually starting to have a gander, so we're already starting to shoot them. There are going to be units in here. We can do a rolling barrage actually and go for that and get these troops further forward. That will be glorious. We do need to apparently have units in here. We can gas this immediately though. We can keep these guys here. Keep you there. Go, 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 lads. Nice. They are going to get in. They didn't like the gas, but they are going to get in there. Now then, how do we deal with this next bit? We've got a load of units down here. We need to stop them from reinforcing from this direction. So we're going to have to try and push our way down here. Or we can just let them come at us and just keep gassing it. That would be quite funny while we take the command trench. We can happily bombard all of this. but they are probably going to start keeping to come from this direction, which is going to be a nuisance as it's going to be quite difficult to hold this. It would probably be a little bit better if we can grab it. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that though, but we'll have to see. Let's have a look. What do we have here? Lots of units. We can bombard half of these just for the time being. Weaken some of them for when they get giddy. Hoping they may even surrender soon, simply because they're not going to have too many units on the field. We can have a couple more run in from this direction. But they are even closer now. This is the positive gas, which is quite funny. I do like this stuff. We can go for a little bit more of it. We can bombard this area because they seem to like it. They're going to keep coming for it. If we can get a little bit further down, actually, that might be a little bit better. So we're going to keep pushing down this way with our troops. The enemy are getting giddy down in that direction, so it's a good job we actually spotted that. We do need more troops, so we'll have a couple more running down here, and we can have another one running down here. These aren't going to be doing too much, so we can also have these running down. We do want to be able to gas this bit though, so we'll gas this. No, don't get out the trench. Don't get out the trench. I always misclick that. Always misclick it. We can potentially start running forwards on this bit even and clearing it. Let's go forwards. We do need more troops. We could do with these, but I don't want to risk. Let's keep coming with waves down here. We are potentially going to lose some of these men. We do need these. We can certainly... No, they're going to get blapped. But we do need to keep hold of this section of trench here, so we'll keep moving men down that way. We can suppress that and take care of some of this. I do want to start getting down here. That is the main goal right now. The problem is also that the firing range is a little bit lower, the viewing range even. But they can't have too much left. They're going to start bombarding a lot of this now. See if we can clear some of it. For our advance, we could go for a gas around about... Oh, there's no need to at this point. Bombard some more of this. They are still continuously trying to get down here. Let's make sure we keep hold of this. We've pushed back their forces. They can't have many left. Yes, I agree. We've got two more running down there. We can have some more running into this bit of trench. These are out of the trench, but we can have them running down here to try and take this bit. They may even try and give up at this point. We're going to try and bombard this a little bit more. They are continuously trying to come down here. We can do with a bit more gas. Waiting for the cannons to reload. Gas some of that. That will be wonderful for us. We are bombarding this heavily. Go for another gas around here. That will be nice for us. What do we just rummaging around? They are going to be losing a lot of units doing this. Get them running around there. And there doesn't appear to be too many in this section, so we'll suppress that while we run across. We'll even do the same here. We can get some more troops further down here if we can. That seems to be the focal point of their attacks. Gas isn't doing them any good. Oh, it is hurting them, but it's not enough yet. We do need the mustard. Let's get these units down here. That's what we need right now. Sight range is an issue. We have more units all ready to go down here, so let's get them in. We definitely need more units down this section. We'll get another one in here as well, because they are very much liking this area.
Préparez-vous à recevoir
Gas this and do some of
On
that
a
to
de
them.
nouveaux ordres.
Hopefully they'll keep being a little bit silly. I think they're running out, not gonna lie.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Attendez les ordres.
If we can get in there, that will be very nice. We need to be able to control that section as
Tenez-vous
well.
prêts. Préparez-vous
Get
à
some of
tirer.
these troops
Attention.
further forward.
Mettez-vous en position.
We have more on the way, but they may be a little while.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Send them home. They're going to be a little bit done in.
Établissez les positions pour
Keep
les obus à
gassing.
gaz.
I could keep gassing it, but the enemy are going to keep sending more to it. This is the problem. We need to
Attendez les ordres.
take this out.
Tenez-vous
They
prêts.
can't reinforce from here now, which is quite
Préparez-vous sur la
funny.
ligne. Attention. Sur la ligne. On a de nouveaux ordres.
We can potentially have
Position de
these
tir.
troops in
On a de
here.
nouveaux ordres. On y va.
These are both going to be one selected, done at this point.
Le commandement veut cette position. Tenez-vous prêts. Préparez-vous à tirer.
Nice.
Attention. Mettez-vous en position.
Let's get these in. We're running out of troops down here, but we've got fresh ones on the way now as well.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Get them running across. We can have 2 more fresh
Au
ones
rapport. Renfort,
running
au rapport.
in
Renfort prêt.
like so. We are now taking the command trench, which is wonderful. This is more like what we wanted, to be able to shoot them on their way. Now, we did make a mistake and had troops
Équipe prête.
not liking it, but this is where the gas comes in. We can now start gassing this and murdering many of them
Attention. Tout le
as they
monde,
attempt
retraite.
to
On a
take
de
their
nouveaux
command
ordres.
trench
Préparez-vous sur la
back.
ligne. On est arrivé.
Somehow
On
they're
attend les ordres.
still
On a de nouveaux
alive. They
ordres.
can
Retraite
go
totale.
home.
On arrive après la bataille. On
We
dirait. Attendez
need
les
more
ordres sur la
troops
ligne.
knocking around
Tenez-vous
here
prêts.
so we
En
can
position de
murder
tir.
more of
Attention.
them. They certainly do not like the
a de
gas.
nouveaux
These
ordres.
can keep shooting them. If they
Préparez-vous
want
à
to come
recevoir
down
les
this
ordres.
section, then they're going to get murdered.
Lâchez l'artillerie. Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage.
That won't do them any good. Their command trench is ours. They will soon fall. I agree.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
Let's keep going down here with it.
Mettez-vous en position.
We're going to keep sending men over to try and take it. We can't have much left now, surely.
Prêts. Préparez-vous sur la ligne.
We are. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Nice. That was good. I enjoyed that. Accept the surrender. Yes, please. I will take your territory. We've got a sweep. Nice. Notice how there wasn't very many MGs and things. Their artillery played a much smaller part in that, even though I did actually do the wrong button on many occasions. Yep, they had 2 batteries. We murdered them both. We also murdered around 13,000 men. Excellent. We actually got some supply back. Nice. That was a success. I enjoyed that. Excellent. Minus 14 on the national will change. That's a juicy one. Rightio. I'm going to leave this video there. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!